Hey guys, it's Mandy, and today I'm bringing you a video that I don't normally do, but we're in quarantine, so what else am I gonna do? I'm gonna be telling you my favorite 3 quick service places to eat over at Disneyland. I'm going to start from my, I shouldn't say least favorite, but I'm going to save my favorite for the last one that I mentioned. So I'm going to go down from 3, 2, and 1. My top will be the last one. So starting at number 3, we've got Alien Pizza Planet. This is one of the classic standard places you can go over at Disneyland. It's right by Space Mountain, and it's themed after the Pizza Planet in Toy Story. So it's got the little green aliens and a space theme, and since it's right next to Space Mountain, that's what makes it so cool. They've got standard pizza and pasta and salads there. It's only lunch and dinner, but I've consistently found that it's very, very common place for people to go. Also, it's been about the same every time I go. I will say that it's not like the most amazing food you're ever going to find, but it definitely is good. And every time I've gone there, it's been the same. The quality hasn't really shifted, so that's one good thing about it. So my favorite choice when I go there is the Countdown Chicken Fusilli. I think I'm saying that right. It is fusilli pasta topped with seasoned grilled chicken, a Parmesan pesto cream sauce, and sun-dried tomatoes with shaved Parmesan cheese. Now, chicken is not my favorite meat to eat, so I tend to get it without the chicken. They've always been very, very accommodating, and all I had to do was say, please don't add the chicken. So it's kind of like a walk-up bar where it's all laid out, and it's like a cafeteria style. So you go in a line and you kind of pick what you want, and they're just kind of handing out plates. So I always just say, oh, do you mind making them without chicken? And they're always happy to say yes. Some of the other menu options, I'm going to read them. They always have a pasta special. And then in addition to the chicken, they've got a vegetable pasta. I'm sure they have a gluten-free option if you ask. Most places have some type of vegetarian or gluten-free option. They've also got pizza. Their pizzas change every once in a while, and it depends kind of like if there's a special event going on, then sometimes they'll have special flavors and accommodations and all kinds of stuff. But looks like right now at the menu, now I know Disneyland is closed right now, but the menu that it has on the website right now says it's like your plain pepperoni, cheese. They've got vegetable forest pizza, which is celestial tomato sauce with roasted seasonal vegetables. Then they've got a planetary pastrami pizza, which is just pastrami, roasted onions, pickles, mozzarella, house sauce, garlic oil brushed crust. So they've got a whole bunch of different options. It's really you can get a whole pizza for your family, or you can get it by the slice, which I think is always nice. Then they've got some salad options, and what I like about this place too is that depending on what's going on, and like, for example, during Pixar Fest, they had a little alien macaroon, and I'm not sure if they still have it. They might still have it there, but they'll change up the little desserts that they have, and they're always so fun and creative, and so it's a really fun place to go. Because it's Toy Story themed, you're always going to win with the kids. I think it's super kid friendly. The environment's great. They have ample seating. Some of it is in air conditioned, some of it's outside. But the only time I ever had a problem finding seating was during the holidays, which is pretty much like the whole park. So I think it's a pretty good place, and it's a pretty solid option, especially when you need to escape the heat and get one of those standard pasta pizza meals. Coming at number 2 on my list would be Rancho del Zocalo Restaurante, and this one is by Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. It's in the Frontierland section of Disneyland, and it's a Mexican restaurant. Besides my number 1 option, which I'm getting to shortly, I probably go to this place the most, just because I have a meal there that I love a lot, and it's, again, every time I go, it's always delicious, and the quality never is changing. It's always pretty good. It's a pretty standard Mexican restaurant. They've got, I I don't want to say I'm any expert on Mexican food, so it might, you know, to someone who really likes Mexican, maybe it would be kind of Disney-fied, but I personally really like it. I know my group of friends also likes to go to this place a lot. We can always generally find something to eat there, which is, you know, beneficial when you have a group of people that are going and they have different tastes, and I just always feel like it's a good place to find some good food. My go-to meal for this spot is the red chile enchilada platter, and it's very simple: 3 cheese enchiladas topped with red chili sauce, served with Mexican rice and refried beans. Again, I'm not a big refried beans person, and they don't actually offer any black beans or other types of beans. So generally I just ask for extra rice, and again, they're accommodating. Some other options that they have at this place to eat is they have some fish tacos. They've got a bunch of different styles of burrito with beef or chicken. They've got nachos. You can get nachos with chicken. They also have cauliflower tacos, which is great. I actually have been wanting to try that for a while, so maybe that'll be the next thing that I try there. But everything that I've had so far has just been outstanding. I love going here. It's like my comfort food almost at Disneyland. Like there's a vlog that I went to the parks, and it was kind of rainy and cold, and I was thinking, I want something hot, like warm meat. There's so many different options, but my immediate go-to was this place. And I got my enchiladas. So, yeah, I would rate this a 10 out of 10 all the time. There's also plenty of seating here. Now, they don't have air-conditioned seating. It's all outdoors, but some of it's covered. So I know when I was there, it was raining once, and there was covered seating, and it was totally fine. Never really had an issue getting a table by any means. So I would say this is, you know, A+ on seating. Sometimes there is a line to get the food, and sometimes to check out, but it honestly goes really quickly. They're very helpful, and I've really never had too much of an issue. I've never had to wait too long for anything, so I wouldn't even really consider it a factor. But sometimes the line does get long, so don't let that intimidate you if you go. The only downside to this place in particular is that there's no mobile order, which is why the line is so long, and which is why sometimes it takes maybe a little bit longer in comparison to other people who might have mobile ordered. All right, coming in at number 1 is the Jolly Holiday Bakery Cafe over in like Main Street area. It's right on the corner behind the refreshment corner, and it's honestly like my go-to place. It's got the best food, the best snacks, the coffee's great. I got an iced blended smoothie type drink there once, and it just everything's good. I always go there when I'm looking for something to eat, whether it's sweet, savory, whatever it is. They've got it, and they do it well. The nice thing about the Jolly Holiday actually is that they have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So when you're there early, you can go get some snacks or a meal, and not all the places are open for breakfast, so it's nice that place is open. Okay, I would say that I definitely go here for breakfast the most, and out of breakfast, my go-to meal is the egg bacon croissant with fruit. Now you can get it without fruit. It's a little bit less expensive, but I always like that little fruit. It's always fresh and delicious, and, you know, standard for Disney. They also have, looks like a quiche. They have, and then a bunch of, you know, assorted desserts. Now, let me tell you one thing. Another reason why this place has now become my favorite is the donuts. Donuts are important. Ever since they did some construction in Main Street and they made the streets a little bit wider, they took out my beloved donut cart that used to be by, it was like to the left hand of the castle. Anyway, luckily, we are still able to get those donuts in the Jolly Holiday. So I always try to check if I'm there early and I'm thinking that I want like a snack or even breakfast. I mean, donuts can be breakfast too. You know, I'll just pop in there and look and see what they have. They haven't been having the donuts as often lately, but they have some really unique ones. Halloween time, they had like a little grave that had a little like chocolate tombstone that said RIP, and it's just like the best, honestly. They're just the cutest. They're delicious. And I would highly recommend, if they have donuts, you need to get donuts. Now, if you're gonna go and get a donut though, the earlier you go, the better, because they'll sell out. And they only make so many for the day, so I would definitely try to get on that train early if they have them. For lunch, they have a bunch of different options as well, and you can get a full meal. Some of the options here are like an oven roasted turkey enchilada, island pork toasted sandwich. They've got a toasted caprese sandwich, corned beef Reuben, grilled cheese and tomato. That's like their that's like a staple of the Jolly Holiday, so that I recommend as well. They've also got some salads, pretty standard salads, mixed greens, pecans, feta, tomatoes, you know. They've got soup, and it looks like a featured soup right now actually is the turkey pot pie soup. I don't know how long they're going to have that, and I honestly didn't even know that was on the menu. So whenever Disneyland opens up again and I go, believe me, I think I'm going to get some turkey pot pie soup because that sounds delicious right now. As I mentioned before, their coffee is really good. You can get it specialty. Now they don't have like frappuccinos and such, but I got an iced mocha and it was delicious. And it was just an iced coffee with some mocha syrup, and they can do, I think, a bunch of different flavors. They've got hot coffee. You know, it's better than just going to like the standard cart that might just have the hot coffee if you're looking for something iced. I think when my friend Ayla and I were there in October of last year, she actually got a caramel macchiato. So like you can get a bunch of different types of coffee, which is always nice and always important for early morning Disney days. Seating here can be kind of tricky. They have some seating, but depending on how full it is, it can go quickly and people save seats and they'll save like 2 tables. But I generally haven't had a problem. And if I do have a problem, there's the refreshment corner right there where you could go take a seat, or sometimes I just go find a bench somewhere else. I mean, it just depends on what I'm eating and everything, but I wouldn't say it's too hard. There's definitely seating there. A downside of this place is they can get a long line. I mean, it can be completely out and onto Main Street. It's insane, especially like sometimes in the mornings it can be that way, or maybe right at lunch or dinner. You know, if you're gonna go and you don't want to wait in line, you know, go maybe on the off times, a little bit later in the afternoon for an early dinner or late lunch, or maybe later in the evening. It just kind of depends. I will say that if they have all of their stations open, the line goes very quickly. Once you get up to the doors, it splits off into 2 sides, and so it really helps that they can be more efficient. I have seen on occasion that they'll only have the one side open, so it tends to go slower. However, you can mobile order here, so I've done that before, and it's really helpful, and it'll let you bypass that line right away. And the last point I'm going to make is just, if there's any other reason that you need to go to the Jolly Holiday Bakery, donuts, donuts, donuts. There you have it. Those are my top 3 places to eat for quick service meals at Disneyland. Coming in at number 3, we've got Alien Pizza Planet. Number 2, we've got Rancho del Zocalo in Frontierland. And my number 1 would be Jolly Holiday Bakery Cafe. I really hope you enjoyed this video today. I want to know what your favorite quick service place to eat is over at Disneyland, so let me know in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!